intro. Book club.
Book club. Update from, was it the end of last month we did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got some upgrades.
I don't see us live yet.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's showing we've been live for
Oh, there it goes.
37 seconds.
I'm refreshing. There we go.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
You had to approve. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh. I'm getting game notifications while I'm doing this. Alrighty, we are here with Jandara and I and Kendall.
Hello.
Yay.
We're gonna be Kendall on the camera too eventually.
Yeah, eventually. Maybe we'll get
Sure.
Kendall here. We'll just have to make another little book thing. So, but whoa, what?
Welcome everybody. We are discussing Burning Daylight.
Yep. Okay.
So
yes.
I guess we can start off. Is something wrong?
Yeah, we can start off with well, for one, did we enjoy the book?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, does anybody want to give a breakdown summary? So, this will contain spoilers for the book. So,
yes.
If you don't want spoilers before you read it, come back. Please come back to watch it. But does anybody want to give a quick summary of it?
It's basically Romeo and Juliet, but in a today's setting. I guess it is IT approved now on how it's going. IT just walked out the door. It's basically Romeo and Juliet meets today society. And I mean, it's kind of like one's higher than the other in this one. Instead of them being equal, one is higher in the monarchy than the other, and it's a different take on it. Like I've seen multiple different variations of Romeo and Juliet because I love Romeo and Juliet, but this one was a little bit different.
In a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of an anime that I was watching that is Romeo and Juliet. And the Montague family executed the entire Capulet family except for Juliet because she got out in time. And so that was like a different spin on it, which I like. So if you can take it and make it just a little bit different, I'll be all in for it.
And this one did that exactly. Like the twist at the end, which we'll get to, was it kept me engaged for sure.
It did.
I read it.
It did
quickly.
And it was
50%.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is it's very hard to keep me throughout a whole book. Like I mean, certain books can do that, but this one, usually by the middle, I'm like, okay, it's dragging. Like let's get to where the craziness is about to happen. Let's get to where it's gonna pick up, and it just stayed up the whole time. Like there was no lull of like, oh well, this is happening and this is happening. It was like bam 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 bam. Like I didn't realize I was at the end of the book till I was at the end of the book.
Yeah. You're wanting it to go further, and I'm like, oh, I loved it so much, but as far as I know, it is supposed to be a standalone from what I read.
Yes.
So there might be, I think, spinoffs of it, which we'll discuss that, I'm sure, later on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna bounce off of what Shelby said earlier about like the ability to keep the reader engaged throughout the whole story. That is something that I really appreciate about Emily McIntyre and her writing, is that she's really good at keeping the reader engaged and not having these like these either random or prolonged like dips and stuff, but it's also not super action packed either. It's a very like steady pacing. So
Yeah, I got it fixed. I turned Crystal up. I had
Oh.
you turned down earlier because you and Jay were yelling at each other. So I turned you down a little bit.
We do that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. In general, Emily McIntyre has definitely kept me intrigued with all of her books.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which
far.
is why this was almost like an instant buy. Like I didn't know about this book, and I was walking around Walmart and I saw her name, and then I was like, "Ooh, what's this?" And then it was labeled as like a contemporary romance, and those aren't usually my type of books to read. But I'm like, you know what? It's her, so let's buy it and let's give it the Romeo and Juliet part really just was like almost an instant buy because like Shelby and I'm sure like Kendall, we absolutely love Romeo and Juliet. But this one was pretty awesome. Highly recommend reading it.
Oh yeah.
It definitely got 5 out of 5 for me in my stars.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I agree. Well, the funny thing is, as soon as she started talking about it, like she started posting about it on TikTok, she started posting about it on Instagram because I follow her on Instagram and TikTok. I went and pre-ordered it like immediately, and I was like, honestly,
that was not me.
yeah, Emily
Should have been.
there are quite a few things that I will do that with. I keep
Thank
seeing
you.
it go close to the red. That's why I'm like, okay. Anyway, but I'm trying to keep the notes up too.
And Big Texas Goat did put the link for everybody that is interested in the book. Of course, you can buy it anywhere else, but in case you want it, that's what we're talking about today.
Yes, and just letting y'all know now, if you don't want spoilers from here on out, there are going to be spoilers. So, anybody want to start with the first part?
Sure, I can discuss. So the book starts out prologue. Juliet is at the age of 13. I found this. I think what really sunk it in is she basically, and anybody can add more to it, but she overhears her dad in the office discussing.
Oh, your headset went out.
Hello.
Okay,
there
we go.
I think I'm back. But yeah, discussing a car crash. You also in the book, you see a little, what is it, like a newsletter type of?
Yes.
Yeah. That was really cool. I like that. But so they were discussing the car crash, and you get to read what was actually in the newsletter, which I thought was pretty amazing.
The Rosebook Rag.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was the gossip blogs.
Yes.
Yeah. And my favorite part of that little prologue is she seems slightly concerned when she catches him smiling after talking about it. Like, and that's what got me, was like, okay, I was instantly like, was he connected somehow, to that car crash? Didn't know who those people in the car crash was at the time, but the fact that he was smiling after talking about it was almost like, okay, that's a given. I even tabbed that part. I'm like, that might be interesting to learn later on.
And every time I met somebody in the book and somebody was introduced in a certain way, I was like, okay, they're gonna be important later. I know it. Like the way she really sunk it in with them. Like it's like, this person's gonna be a key part of this story, so focus on them throughout. I have the book right here, so I'm kind of like referencing back to it as we go too.
Yeah, I was so tempted to pull a copy out, and then I realized it's on my Kindle. I don't have the physical copy, so it's not going to be easy to flip through. But while we were talking about the Rosebook Rag, I also kind of liked how it was used as like a guide in
Mm-hmm.
some chapters, where it's like characters will get introduced towards the end of a chapter or they will be hinted at, but then in between the chapters there will be like the next article of the Rosebook Rag. Here's the what's what. So pay attention to this, hashtag that.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I thought that was a very like it was such like a, I wouldn't say cute, but it's like a cheeky little thing. And it's
Yeah.
very like on brand for like I don't know if it's the setting or like the tone of the story, but it's like the all eyes on them
Mm-hmm.
type. And I
Yeah.
really liked that.
It was giving me a little bit of the do you remember the Leonardo DiCaprio Romeo and Juliet?
Mhm.
Yes.
It was giving that. Like just a little bit.
You know, that's so true.
Yeah.
That's especially I think because I think in the Leo DiCaprio version, that's the one where it's like quote unquote modern day, but it's still using the original
Screenplay.
Shakespearean dialogue
Yeah.
in the
Mhm.
script. It's like they're all dressed up for a Halloween party and they're shooting at each other with guns, but they're still like you know, come at thee, prithee, this and that or whatever.
Exactly. Like it was so good, but I mean, the Romeo and Juliet story is just really good. Oh, let's see what else. I do really like in the very beginning, right after the prologue in chapter 1 of Juliet giving him the nickname Trouble. I
Yeah.
like the reverse on that because usually it's the guy giving the girl the nickname, which he does give her a nickname, but I like the fact she has a nickname for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that difference in it compared to other books that I read, and I read a lot. So
Yeah. And I do like the way Emily introduced him to the
Mhm.
story. Was the first time they meet. You know,
Mhm.
she's about to fall off to her death, basically, and he saves her at the last minute, which I know is cliche, yeah, you know,
I'm like, oh my
it's
gosh.
whatever. But I do like that part, and I think that's the same chapter that she gives him that nickname Trouble after they start talking.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Oh,
I love the nickname Trouble. That was awesome for the
and
whole story.
the banter between them two like was just
Oh yeah.
chef's kiss the whole
Yes.
time.
Throughout the whole book.
The whole book. The banter between the two of them was great. Now, it did kind of slow down a little bit towards the end of the book because things started getting a lot more serious. But in the beginning, when
Mhm.
everything was still whimsical and fun, yeah,
Yeah, I loved him during this whole book. Like he was like you were saying, such kiss. Like the banter between those two was just amazing.
yeah, yeah. Dragon, the Leonardo DiCaprio, the Romeo and Juliet is my favorite.
Yeah.
That's definitely my favorite. Um, my brain just short circuited. Okay, let's see. Sorry,
So
I've
yeah,
got it all on my phone.
pretty much after they save and she gives them the nickname, they don't see each other again. If I can remember right, for like I think 17 is what I wrote is when they first met. And at the age of 21, they don't see each other until then. So there
Yeah.
is that long period of time where they don't see each other. Um, yeah, and I kind of like that.
Yeah.
She grows a little. She thinks about him.
Yeah.
He thinks about her.
Mhm.
And then I wrote, basically at the age of 21, she goes to she goes to an art show.
Mhm. And he's
Sees
there.
him again,
Yeah.
right? But she doesn't know, of course, that's his art show.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah. And
I
and
think
I
that was the one he was with a girl, right? And then
Yeah.
yes, he was
And
with
I think she was a classmate or something.
yes.
I think something like that. But yeah,
She was like a
Yeah, like
friend of his.
yeah, she needed art credit, so she
Mhm.
went
that's
to
what
an
it
art
was.
show to get class credit.
Yes.
But she was like into him and he was like, I don't know what her problem is. I don't know why she's into me when I'm clearly not.
obviously I
Not
have
giving
someone
those
else I'm
vibes.
into. Like,
Yeah, I was like, I'm not trying to give those vibes, but she's
Yeah.
misinterpreting my vibes.
Mhm.
So
like obviously
Yeah.
she's not reading the room.
yeah.
But I will say, I did feel really bad for Juliet that her mom called her and was like, "Yeah, you're coming home in 2 days." It's like, so I can't stay for graduation.
Yo.
I was
Yeah, that
like,
was pretty messed up.
Dude,
and
her mom, I'm
Ugh.
putting it nicely. Her mom is a major bummer. I don't like her.
yes, her mom was something, especially when she was like, "Looks like you're getting a little fat," and I'm like,
Ooh.
I know.
I was like, "Bitch, what?"
I heard Shelby screaming from all the way at my house.
I was like, "Oh, don't tell me this is one of those books," because honestly, some books that are like that, those like build up from like, oh, your mom is tearing you down or somebody's tearing you down and making you feel less, and then you just rise up from that and prove them wrong. Like, I love those, but I'm also like, bish, like, I want to throat chop you. Like, what? Why would you talk to
Yeah,
your
throughout
daughter
the whole
that way?
book, she never gets any better either. Like
No.
during the whole book, she's just
Yeah.
Every time she was gone,
constantly-
I was like, oh, joy day. I do like the fact she had her brothers on her side though.
especially the older one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know how to feel about him at first
Yes.
until he kind of made his like presence in her life clear, and it was like, okay, I'm cool with you now. But
Yeah.
we can go into detail about that a little later if we want. But yeah, you guys said her brothers, she has 3 of them, right?
Yes.
There's Paxton,
Alex,
Alex,
and
and Lance.
Yeah. Which
So those are the only real important people in her family, I feel.
yeah, well, and then
Right.
yeah, cuz like you have Tyler, which you don't see a lot of Tyler in a
No.
good
Not
chunk.
until towards the end.
Yeah, not till the end, which
Yeah. Go
We
ahead.
won't discuss that right now.
no, we won't discuss
What
that right
happened?
now. No.
Yeah, I know. What is it? So for like, what is it? So Tyler, her cousin, is clearly Tybalt, right?
Right.
In the original Shakespeare.
Yes.
So like, there are some names that are changed.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is involved?
There's there's Merrick, which is obviously Mercutio.
Yeah, the fun one.
The fun one. Then there's Benjamin, who obviously Benvolio.
Is Benvolio, yes.
Benny. But what I do like about this is Juliet actually has people in her corner in this.
Yes.
Like her brothers.
Mhm.
Especially
Yes.
for the plot twist we will discuss later.
Yeah.
Let me think. I will say I did enjoy the way she changed the characters, but made them different but similar.
You
all
can
at the
still
same time.
see, like,
Yes.
like you were saying, you can still see the connection of who she was, going off of,
Yeah.
so to speak,
Yeah.
in the Romeo and Juliet story. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're all recognizable, but they also have she also managed to make some creative liberties with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I really like that.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Let's see. I do really, so like in the beginning, I do know that Romeo, or not Romeo, but Roman took on trying to be, I don't know any other way to say this other than like breadwinner, where he makes the money for his
sure.
sister's medication. Because in this, Roman has a sister who Brooklyn, who is very sick, and so he's got to pay for her medication, pay for the doctor treatments, because his mother is a substance abuser. And And so
I felt really bad for him throughout the whole book, like
I
learning,
did.
because you learn more and more about his past, and
Yeah.
Like
it was
there's so much more to Roman than you would see in like the original story.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's also not just this puppy dog of a dude who's got a crush on this girl and he's willing to die for her. There's so much more depth to him.
Oh yeah. And I will say the picture on the cover of the book does not do him justice. He is definitely golden retriever energy.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
can have that dark, broody look to him, but he is such a golden retriever.
Yeah. And he
But
protects his sister for everything. You know, the
He does.
whole basis of what's coming up is all based on his sister,
yes,
especially when his mom, the abuser, steals all the money he had hidden away for Brooklyn. That
exactly.
part really, really ticked me off. Like, I
Yeah.
had to step away.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really, like, what kind of mom, which makes sense later down the line of why she did what she did.
Exactly.
But yeah, that part made me so angry. I'm like, really? Like, yeah, knowing
yeah.
what she bought with it, you know,
Oh yeah.
so to speak,
Oh
you know.
yeah. I mean, like we said, we'll get to that, but it could have been both things onto what
I
it
think
was.
it's both. Right.
Most likely
For
both.
sure.
But sorry. I'm definitely I didn't have my nap today.
Poor thing.
Yeah. Suffering here. But I really felt horrible for Roman throughout this whole thing. It's I mean, obviously things get better, but things have to get worse to get better in all stories.
Yeah.
And so
He definitely goes through a ride.
he does. And so every time it jumped over to his chapter, I'm always like focused in and like, what is he gonna go through now? What roller coaster hump is he having to get over in this part?
And it definitely didn't feel like Juliet had as much of the ride. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, she was still going through things, but he definitely had the brunt of the horrible you know, growing up and everything that happened.
Oh yeah. Definitely. And I do like the little nickname he made for her, which was Little Rose. For Juliet. But I also feel really bad when his mom is sitting there like, just call your dad. Just call your dad. Just call your dad. And it's like
over and over.
And over, chapters long, just going, call your dad. Call your dad. And I'm like, thank you for subscribing, Shane, again for 69 months.
Thank you.
Sorry.
What a fitting number.
What a fitting number for this conversation. So, but it was just a constant over and over. She sounded like a freaking broken record. Just maybe if you called your dad and you got back close with your dad, maybe he'd send money to help Brooklyn. Or maybe if you think your art is gonna help us like really get where we need to be, and do you think your art's good enough for this?
Yeah, she knew what she knew what places to hit him at.
Exactly.
It's like the whole hitting close to home, stooping to that level, just to get him where just to have him give her what she wants, which was to call him.
Yes, and the fact that she stole that money specifically so he would have to call his dad.
Right.
Yeah.
She plotted something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I
didn't. It's kind of a spoiler for later, but I didn't realize how deep that went. Like,
yes.
I was not expecting that twist towards the end. It blindsided me. I didn't see that coming.
Whenever
I knew she wanted Roman to call his dad, which I kind of got that. You know, the living situation was horrible. Brooklyn wasn't doing well. I did get that part, but I didn't
Yeah.
see the twist at the end, which will explain more of what that twist was towards the end. But
Yeah. And
but I did not like his mom, especially when they met. She met.
no.
When her and Roman was in I think his apartment, right, and where he drew
Yeah.
her the first
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because
then
eventually they meet back up,
Yeah.
and the banter starts up. They realize that they can't get away from each other. They just keep getting drawn to each other,
Mm-hmm.
and then like Crystal was gonna say, they end up going back to his apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think things are happening.
Things are definitely happening.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it was really deep at first. It was a lot of like getting to know each other and like, what are your passions and what's this and why do you let your family control you and blah blah blah, which is a theme you kind of see with both of them.
now,
Mhm.
one thing that we haven't mentioned, which I just thought about now, Juliet has no idea who he is. She thinks he's
That's
Ryder
correct.
Yes.
at this moment in the beginning. She thinks he's Ryder, and
Mhm.
he is this artist.
He knows who she is, though.
Yes.
Yeah.